party people, welcome back to my channel. And today I just want to share a quick update about my TTC journey. So in the last, not the last video, but the last video where I talked about trying to conceive, I shared my midwife appointment. That went well. I was happy that, I took that first big step for me, and everything went well there. And the midwife that I saw recommended that I see a fertility specialist just because they don't do artificial insemination at her clinic, at her office. So she recommended this other group for me to see, a fertility group. And so I did make that appointment for April 25th, which I think has already passed by the time you're seeing this video. But April 25th, I'm seeing this doctor, and I'm excited and nervous about it. Excited because it's like another step closer to my goal, and it's like making it more real. So that's exciting. But I am nervous because I did do some research on this particular clinic. I was doing some research on my own, and I saw someone say that they use the CTC website to look at fertility clinics and their success rates and like all this other data. So I did do that. The data for their clinic is comparable to other clinics in the area. It's pretty good for, the work that they do. However, there wasn't any data for any of the clinics regarding women, I guess, without fertility issues, just seeking IUI or artificial insemination. So, obviously, I guess their work has to do with more of people who struggle with fertility. And I don't know if I do or don't yet, but I didn't see any kind of data for that. But generally, based on women who did have fertility issues, they seem to have a fairly good, I'm not that knowledgeable, but the data seemed pretty good. The other thing that I did was research and look at, patient satisfaction. So I went to different review websites of the clinic and the doctors at the clinic. And the clinic didn't have, it was a mixed review. And not because the doctors were incompetent, but more because of how the office is managed. So it seems like some of the staff weren't always helpful, or people who showed up early in the morning for an appointment, the clinic wasn't open as advertised, or they had an appointment but the clinic wasn't open, and once they got in they had to wait a really long time before they were seen. So that was one major complaint that kept coming up over and over again. And there was one doctor that is not the doctor I'm scheduled to see, who had some bad reviews as well for not basically knowing their patient very well, and kind of saying things to one patient that had nothing to do with them, had perhaps something to do with another patient. Wow, what is all the freaking noise? It's like a freaking raceway around here. The weather gets nice and people get crazy. But anyway, I don't know if you heard that, but it was really loud. Back to me. My favorite topic. Anyway, so but the doctor that I am scheduled to see, I did look him up and I looked at all of his reviews, and generally people were satisfied with him. They thought he was competent, they thought he was compassionate, and the people who commented had success. Now, there were a few people, maybe 2 reviews that I read, where the women were really unhappy and were not able to conceive, but I don't know if it's because I'm new to the process. I haven't really dove in at all yet, but I can imagine that this process is very stressful and it can cause you a lot of anxiety and a lot of angst, and if you're not successful at conceiving, sometimes you just need people to be angry with. And I don't know if that's the case, or if he actually didn't know what he was doing, because nothing that they said seemed to have implied that he was incompetent at his job. It just seemed like they were, I don't know, just angry, but nothing specifically about like something wrong that he did with their procedure or anything like that. It wasn't that specific. So, I mean, it seems like he has success, and so we'll see what happens when I go. Now, I've been doing something that is not good. I've been in my researching the clinic, then I went down the rabbit hole of like looking up fertility stories, looking up like statistics about women in my age group, and I just turned 38, so I've just hit a new age bracket in terms of fertility. So, and looking at and saying like, oh, you know, women in my age group only have like 9% of their eggs that are still viable and still good, and reading stories about women who weren't able to conceive, or like all the lengths that women had to go through, and looking at all the different diets and what promotes fertility the most. And like, I've been going down this dark rabbit hole, and it's been getting a little bit too much, a little bit depressing. It's really, really getting depressing. I even was crying this morning because I'm like, oh my God, if this doesn't happen, what will become of me? I mean, obviously I'll be fine, but this is something that I really want, so it'll be heartbreaking if it can't happen. So, anyway, so, and now I lost my train of thought because now I'm going down this dark rabbit hole. But anyway, the point is that I'm putting a stop to this, and so I'm no longer like putting myself on websites that talk about fertility anymore at this time. I need to take this one step at a time. I need to, like, the first step was going to the midwife and seeing her and making sure that I'm generally like healthy, and then now going to this fertility doctor. I need to just focus on that. I don't want to focus on anything beyond that. I don't want to speculate about what he'll say. I don't want to speculate about my health and my fertility. I don't have the facts yet, so I can't do this to myself and like punish myself and drive myself crazy just because of what I'm reading online. And everyone's journey is different, so I can't like compare what I'll potentially go through to somebody else's experience. I just don't have the facts, right? So I'm putting a stop to that today. No more, because it's really getting me down, and I don't want to. I mean, this road is going to be potentially long, so I don't want to already put myself through this emotional roller coaster. So I'm just focusing on my appointment with this doctor on the 25th, and that's that. Nothing else. But I've also made an appointment with a nutritionist, and that is because I lost 25, 30 pounds in the fall, like September, October, but I haven't lost or gained anything. I've plateaued for the past, 6 months or so. And so now that I'm incorporating activity into my life, I really want to see a nutritionist to make sure that I'm doing everything possible in terms of what I'm eating to break this plateau and to start losing weight again. I don't want to calorie restrict or like focus a lot on calories. I want to focus on the quality of my food and the types of food that I'm eating, rather than I mean, I know you have to watch how much, because calories in, calories out and all that stuff, but I just want to focus on eating really nutritious, good food, because I want to prepare my body for pregnancy. So I just need to focus on being the healthiest I can be. And I have a feeling that this doctor, based on my crazy research, that this doctor will likely recommend that I lose weight anyway to get into a healthier BMI range. Right now it's like not good. So I have to sort of be proactive in that way. So I am seeing a nutritionist about a week after I see the fertility doctor to see what she'll have to share with me. Hopefully our views on food align. but we'll see what she has to say. And that's it from me, guys. Please leave some comments down below. I love talking to all of you, and I want to also welcome my new subscribers. Let me know a little bit about yourself. Let me know just if you have questions or anything. If you disagree with what I have to say, share your experiences with me. I love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell. Well, it's not new, but whatever. Hit that little bell so that you know exactly when my videos are uploaded. I do upload every weekend, every Saturday, Sunday, but sometimes I do share bonus videos during the week, so make sure you hit the bell so you know exactly when you can watch me. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.